Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're talking about something that can completely change your life as a migrant, your daily habits. Many people think success comes from luck, but in reality, it's usually the little things you do every single day. Alex, I'm really curious. What's your daily routine like?
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex. Hi, Emma. That's actually a difficult question because every day feels like a marathon. Being a migrant means you have to balance work, study, cooking, cleaning, exercising, and somehow still find time to sleep. Sometimes I honestly wonder how I manage it all. My day starts at 5 a.m. The first thing I do is prepare my breakfast. While I'm making breakfast, I usually review English vocabulary or listen to an English podcast. I like doing two things at the same time because every minute counts.
Hold on. Alex just used a great expression. Every minute counts. Alex, what does that mean?
It means every moment is valuable. When you're busy, you don't want to waste time. For example, every minute counts when you're studying for an exam.
Exactly. That's a very common expression among native speakers.
Before leaving home, I also pack my lunch. Actually, I prepare it the night before. It saves me a lot of money. And honestly, it's much healthier than buying fast food every day.
Wait a second, Alex said. I pack my lunch. What does pack my lunch mean?
It simply means preparing food at home and taking it with you to work or school. For example, I pack my lunch every day instead of eating out.
That's such a useful expression. Continue, please.
Around 6 o'clock, I ride my electric bike to the gym. Honestly, that's my favorite part of the day. Feeling the fresh morning air, listening to my favorite music, watching the sunrise. It clears my mind before the day gets busy. I usually work out for about an hour. After my workout, I take a shower and eat a banana. It might sound simple, but if you want to see results, nutrition is just as important as exercise.
Absolutely. People spend hours at the gym but forget about nutrition. The real secret is eating enough protein after your workout. By the way, do you eat 6 meals a day?
Not really. I usually eat 5 meals a day. For breakfast, I have an oatmeal smoothie with a banana and eggs. After my workout, I keep it simple. I usually eat a banana with yogurt, cereal, and some mixed nuts, or sometimes 3 boiled eggs if I want a little more protein. For lunch, I eat the meal I prepared the night before. Then, during my break at work, I usually have an apple as a snack. For dinner, I have grilled chicken breast with a salad. Actually, the restaurant prepares my dinner for me to take home. Ha ha ha. That's probably the only employee benefit I really take advantage of. I save money on dinner.
Ha ha. Well, not everything is bad. Free dinner every day sounds like a pretty good deal. I think a lot of migrants would be happy to have that benefit. Mixed nuts? What's that?
Mixed nuts are things like almonds, walnuts, cashews, pistachios, and peanuts. They're full of healthy fats and protein. For example, I always carry a bag of mixed nuts because they're a healthy snack.
Perfect. Now let's continue.
At 8 o'clock, I go to English class. After working out, I feel awake, focused, and ready to learn. Exercise really boosts my energy. My classes finish around 1 in the afternoon. Then I heat up my lunch in the microwave at college. Thankfully, there's a microwave in the student lounge.
Alex said, heat up my lunch. What's the difference between heat up and cook?
Good question. Cook means preparing food from the beginning. Heat up means making food hot again. For example, I cooked dinner yesterday, and today I'm just heating it up. At 3 o'clock, I start my shift at a restaurant. I'm a dishwasher. But sometimes I also help in the kitchen. I decorate chocolate tarts, add tomato sauce and mozzarella to chicken parmigiana, and prepare small appetizers. Honestly, a few years ago, I couldn't even fry an egg. Now I'm decorating desserts. Life is funny sometimes.
Wait, you sound like a chef. When are you cooking dinner for me?
Ha ha! Anytime.
I'm going to remember that. But before we continue, you said appetizers. What exactly are appetizers?
Appetizers. Appetizers are small dishes served before the main course. People also call them starters. For example, the restaurant served delicious appetizers before dinner.
Nice! That's another word you'll hear all the time in restaurants.
You know, sometimes I stop and think about everything I've learned. Back home, I barely knew how to boil water. Now I can prepare desserts, cook meals for several days, and manage my own life. If my mom saw me now, she'd probably say, Who are you? You're not the same person anymore. Living abroad forces you to grow. It teaches you skills you never imagined you'd have.
That's actually one of the biggest lessons migration teaches us. When you leave your comfort zone, you discover a stronger version of yourself. Congratulations, Alex. That's something to be proud of. You said comfort zone. What does comfort zone mean?
Comfort zone. It's the place where everything feels safe and familiar. Growth usually happens outside your comfort zone. For example, moving to another country pushed me out of my comfort zone. I finish work around 10 o'clock. Then I ride my bike home while listening to music and singing. At that time, the streets are usually quiet, so it's peaceful. I get home around 11. I bring my bike inside the apartment, take a shower, brush my teeth, and check whether I've prepared lunch for the next day. If I forgot, I always ask myself, why didn't I do it earlier? Then I cook enough food for the next 3 days. Meal prepping saves me so much time. I cook rice, chicken, vegetables, and salad, divide everything into containers, and put them in the refrigerator. The next morning, I simply grab one container and leave. It's one less thing to worry about.
Alex used another expression, meal prep. What does that mean?
Meal prep means preparing several meals in advance. It's popular among students, athletes, and busy workers. For example, meal prepping helps me save both time and money.
Before we finish today's episode, let's do a quick review. Alex, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Try to answer using the new vocabulary we've learned today. Ready?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
First question. You said that every minute is valuable because you're always busy. What's the expression you used?
I said, every minute counts. When you're studying and working, you have to make the most of your time because every minute counts.
Excellent. Now, you don't buy lunch every day. What do you do instead?
I pack my lunch. Preparing my meals at home saves me money and helps me eat healthier.
Very good. Now, imagine yesterday you cooked chicken and rice. Today it's cold. Do you cook it again?
No, I simply heat it up in the microwave.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the gym. After exercising, what healthy snack do you usually eat?
I usually eat yogurt with fruit and mixed nuts because they're full of healthy fats and protein.
Nice. Now here's another one. You prepare food for several days in advance. What's that called?
That's called meal prepping. Meal prepping helps me save time during the week.
Excellent. Now let's imagine someone moves to another country and starts living independently. What expression describes leaving a safe and familiar place?
They've stepped out of their comfort zone. That's where real growth begins.
I couldn't agree more. Last question. Why do you always listen to podcasts while making breakfast?
Because every minute counts. If I can improve my English while cooking breakfast, why not? Little habits make a big difference over time.
Fantastic. If you can use all of these expressions in your daily conversations, you're already sounding much more natural in English. Alex, I think many migrants have a routine similar to yours, or maybe even more demanding.
Probably. Everyone's situation is different, but one habit changed my life more than anything else.
Really? What's the secret?
If I had to give just one piece of advice, it would be this. Build habits, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Habits stay, wake up at the same time, exercise regularly, learn a little English every day, cook your own meals, save money, read, sleep well. Keep your promises to yourself. Small habits repeated every day create extraordinary results. You don't become successful overnight. You become successful one routine at a time.
I absolutely love that. Success isn't about doing one big thing. It's about doing small things consistently. And remember, every successful migrant was once a beginner. Keep going. Your future self will thank you. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.